what actually happens when the amount of force or energy, right? I like to use force and energy kind of in the same context. What happens when the energy is greater? So when the force is greater than the actual capacity. All right. So now capacity is what the individual, what the athlete like possesses. Okay. It could be a stability capacity, a strength capacity, a movement capacity, right? Now, both movement and strength capacity has to deal with some sense of like the pitching mechanics, right? So, what happens when the force is greater than the individual's capacity is you see this breakdown. You see drive leg instability. You see a collapsed drive leg, like the brain is protecting the body in a sense of that is too much energy. We can't completely absorb that. So then we're just going to collapse. Okay. The responsibility of the drive leg, absorb energy and then produce energy and store energy, right? So a popular term, we talk about like ground force production, ground force energy, that's relating to drive leg mechanics. So now descending from peak leg lift, there's energy to be had. There's force absorption to be had within the drive leg mechanics, and that's where the stability component is, and not just stability of the drive leg, the glutes, the quads, but the drive foot, the drive ankle. All of these things play a huge role in making this system operate extremely efficient. So again, descending from peak leg lift, you're going to see that there's that required stability of the drive leg, of the drive foot, to absorb and then produce this energy, right? Now, it doesn't matter if you have an extremely high leg kick, doesn't matter if you have a slide step, there's still energy and force to be had to then produce into the ground. And Jordan Hicks, this video is taken from a couple years back when he's moving exceptionally well, like one of the better movers in the big leagues, and that's why he was able to produce extremely high power output. So the drive leg stability, the capacity of the foot, the ankle, the drive leg, and also the movement capacity to be able to store up energy in the drive leg. And you can see that there, and then boom, snapping that when it comes time to snap that. So now, you'll see some screening examples of instability, but if we were to then try to stabilize, drive leg energy without the required amount of stability, then that drive leg is just going to fold. It's going to collapse early, and you're not going to be able to produce, store as much energy as we would like within the drive leg, right? So then you're going to obviously have a limited amount of potential energy to be then transferred up the kinetic chain. Descending from peak leg lift, there's energy to be had. So descending, and then we want to stabilize that energy with our drive leg, right? You can look at it as in terms of like the drive leg hip hinge, the loading pattern. Obviously, the loading pattern, and that's why we talked about it within the ebook, is the loading pattern does have something to do with the stability of the drive leg. That's why you'll see a video in there why we want to stabilize with the glutes, because when we look at the glutes, we obviously see like the biggest muscle group on the human body, and we want to incorporate that. We want to utilize that within our pitching mechanics to then be better equipped to then absorb this energy coming down from peak leg lift, and then to be able to produce that into the ground. So with that required stability, now we're able to store up more drive leg energy, and then when we snap, so when our hips internally rotate, that's when we're then transferring even more ground force production energy within the pitching delivery. All right, so same thing here. Gossman, I like watching guys with a little bit of higher leg kick too, because I do believe that there is a little bit more potential energy to be absorbed. Now descending from leg lift, boom, capacity of the stability capacity of that to be able to then absorb and then transfer on time. This is a good video here, a little slow-mo. Marcus Stroman, same thing. Even though a little, obviously the weight and the height play into it, right? That's why I talk about like the accelerators and drivers. But nonetheless, descending from peak leg lift to be able to have the stability required to then completely absorb and fully absorb all of the energy that's available to us, and then store that for as much time needed for when that arm is going to then retract. So you can see Stroman does an exceptionally good job, obviously, at that. You can look at any big leaguer, that throws at high power output. They're probably going to have fairly efficient drive leg mechanics and how they absorb their energy. Same thing here with Burns, bigger guy, capacity, the stability and the movement capacity there, right? To store up, to not only absorb it, but to store up and hold that storage of energy until it comes time to then initiate that rotation, initiate the transfer of that. Okay, so it goes without saying, obviously there's an extreme importance behind stability of it. It's the tricky part is to truly identify the particular drive leg mechanical breakdown. Is it an instability issue? Is it a movement issue? Is it a posture type dynamic in which we just need to change the general posture to then be better equipped to utilize our bigger muscle groups to do so. All right, dudes, Robbie Rowe here. Thank you for watching that video. If you're interested in booking your own mechanical analysis, you can click that link right there. Also tell you a little bit about the service and what it entails. Hit that link right there. Subscribe, please. You can also check out that video right there, which is related to the video that you just watched if you want to get some more context on that. All right, guys. Much love. God bless. Till next time. See ya.
Strike three! You're out!